Hello everyone, this is Burmaster HD here, and today's video is going to be about Overwatch, the new first-person team shooter made by the guys who made World of Warcraft and StarCraft. If you have not played the beta yet, then this video might not be too big on you. However, if you did, congratulations. I hope you have fun and can't wait for the full version on the 24th. The Overwatch Beta brought in roughly 9.7 million players during its open 8-day extravaganza, and there are some qualities of the game that I hope stays in, but others I wish can be a little bit tweaked or fixed in order for the game to last long in a market where we have the attention span of goldfish. I'll put out at least 3 points for each side as to not drag the video out for too long, so if you had an issue with the beta or like something in the beta that I did not mention, then please comment down below. Let's start off with one thing we liked, and that is the amount of fun, playable characters. For those wondering if this is a Team Fortress 2 clone, I don't know what you are thinking, but this is Team Fortress 2 if it added more to the roster. A giant monkey who tanks out damage and can leap around the map with incredible tenacity, a quick-witted sprinter with the ability to rewind time, a giant machine gun turret that can then transform into a mini tank. The clever gameplay decisions and strong personality traits are very noticeable, and makes it a blast to try out a new hero and to instantly relate to that hero through their style of play and charisma. The learning curve, unlike Counter-Strike's harsh environment to noobs, is a lot more forgiving. It's friendly to every player coming in, whether they be a professional wanting to make it into the esports league, or a casual gamer just wanting to relax. There is no punishment to be heard of in this game, and it is good. I can play with my friends, I can put up a synergy of tracers, and I can totally win a capture point game without any repercussions. Overwatch makes it feel more like a game and less of a sport, and I give major kudos to Blizz for developing the shooter to appeal to a wider market instead of the ones that are always on esports. One more final pro goes to the technicals, which highlight the best of what the Overwatch team put together over the course of their 3 years. Gorgeous maps, cool sound effects, and fantastic animation makes it worth the price of admission. It not only adds familiarity, but also style and respect to the region it takes places in, like the mountains of Nepal, the smoky nights of downtown England, and the whimsical charm of Hollywood, which might as well be advertising for the Warcraft movie coming on in June 7th of 2016. However, despite its pros, there are some negatives to the game that needs to be improved upon before it is released. One of the major issues is mobility in Overwatch, that I assume is one of the many reasons players are kind of iffy about picking this from the Blizzard shop. Recent shooters are supposed to be always on the move, in the same vein as, say, the Call of Duty franchise, which have used it to sell millions of copies. I can perfectly see the beauty of a lot more slower games, however, as long as it can offer up the chance to be fair. In this game, when you die, it takes you way too long to get back into the action. Now wait a minute, you may say, dying and having to track back and forth shouldn't be at fault, right? Well, in order for a game to give the player a sense of excitement, it needs to hit like a train and keep on going. Overwatch, in this case, is like getting hit by a train and then having to go all the way back to where you were before for the next scheduled hit. Getting killed and then suddenly having to trek back again ruins the moment of the action, and almost every hero runs at the speed of a snail, aside from, say, your tracer. Something like Counter-Strike is a lot better in this fast-paced action because not every character runs different. You all are on equal grounds, and that means time is always of the essence, especially after the bomb drops. Because of this one reason, it also leads to another fault that I would love to explain now, but I will leave out until later on. Game types are also a minor issue if the game is trying to entertain players for years to come. In the beta there was 3 modes pretty much: Capture Point, King of the Hill, and Payload. And they are fun for a bit, however I can easily find that they are very much repetitive. This is where versatility comes into play and where Overwatch should go to make it last a lot longer. I'm just gonna throw suggestions out here like Capture the Flag could be a lot of fun, or an entire match where it's a 6v6 of only one character from the roster, and maybe a game type where there are 2 payloads, two simultaneous payloads going at the exact same rates, and that each team needs to get their payloads to the checkpoints before the other one. Sure, they may be featured game types. I'm just speaking this as someone who is putting out options so that there is longevity in the game. Plus, it would make the action more fast-paced and much more dynamic. I don't know if the ones I suggest were actually going to be implemented and downright if they actually even work for a change, but hell, anything can happen in Overwatch, am I right? Final negative. Blizzard might appeal itself to casuals, but it's not for streaming. The game is extremely boring to watch, and I am not the only one to complain about this. That is because of those slow sections, as I mentioned before, such as when a player dies and had to go back all the way to their spawn point to get back into the battle, especially on captured the King of the Hill mode. Also, Overwatch is a very nauseating sport, if we're talking esports for a second here, to sit through, and it is as I may require the announcers, for example, if they ever do this, the announcers to say switch positions to almost every single player playing a character. And each, of course, and each hero is very different. They're different heights, they're different hitboxes, they're different weapons, they're different aesthetics. It makes it a freaking nightmare for even viewers to look at. I believe that if Overwatch wants to be an esports, it has to make a lot of changes to fix some of the issues such as the spawn rates, the game modes, and even the minor complaint, the voice control options, since that is also an issue that needs correcting in order for teammates to communicate successfully to win games. I mean, when I was playing games in like Overwatch, I barely even heard a chipper or even a hint of anyone using the microphone. And even if I did, the options, of course, didn't let me hear it, so I couldn't even hear a damn thing. And that's all I gotta say. Those are my thoughts. I thought it was still a good and fun beta, so you can bet your ass that I will purchase it once it comes out. Now, if you want more content, please subscribe and comment down below of what you like or dislike about the Overwatch beta. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys on the fields of battle.